Well, now, sugar, last week's headlines were such a mess, they ought to come with a warning label and a glass of sweet tea. The whole world seemed to be teetering on a folding chair with one leg shorter than the others, and everybody from Washington to the Middle East was acting like they'd lost their good sense somewhere around Tuesday. Biggest story was that Iran situation, which had folks all over the globe watching oil prices like they were a thermometer on a sick child. Every time the news got a little worse, the whole world looked like it took a deep breath and said, well, bless it. Because when tensions go up over there, gas prices, markets, and everybody's peace of mind start shaking in their boots. The whole thing had serious nobody's sleeping well tonight energy. Then there was Trump, strutting around the world stage like he'd been born in a cowboy hat in a negotiation room. The China talks got plenty of attention, with everybody glued to tariffs, AI, and Taiwan like they were watching the final episode of a soap opera where nobody trusts anybody and the commercial break is just more bad news. And honey, back home in the U.S., politics was doing what politics does best, making everybody tired. There were fights over immigration funding, redistricting, and all kinds of legal wrangling, which meant the usual cast of characters was hollering, posturing, and trying to claim victory before the dust even settled. It was like a family reunion where everybody came to argue and nobody brought potato salad. On top of all that, you had court battles, security concerns, violence, and wildfire worries all crowding into the same news cycle. One day it was legal drama, the next it was public safety, then a fire over here, then market nerves over there. By the end of the week, the news felt less like a bulletin and more like a runaway cart going downhill. The overall mood of last week was global tension, political chaos, and financial nerves were the side of Lord help us all. If news cycles were dessert, that one would be burnt cobbler with too much cinnamon and no lid on the dish.